Hey everyone, Tapdawg here with Little Alchemist Helper, and today I am continuing on the Beginner's Guide series. I've now started my second round of the events, and I kind of want to talk to you guys about what do you do during this second round, what's going to be different, what will stay the same, and kind of go through what you should do from here on out with these events. So for starters, it's going to be a whole lot easier to be able to beat these. As you've probably seen, as you continue to do more and more of the events, you're going to have more of the gold cards, which means you're going to make a lot more of the diamond combos. So it becomes easier and easier to beat this. So when it comes to your deck, it might look something similar to mine. I'm just going to alphabetize this. You're going to have, after the first 10 events are completed, you should hopefully have 10 of these gold combo cards. And I'm going to sort this by rarity so it's a little bit easier to see. So here are my 10 gold combo cards here. You'll notice I have them all at level 4 for now. But as you go through, you're going to start getting additional copies of these. And eventually, once you go through 6 times, so about roughly 2.5, 3 years of time, will have 3 fused copies of each of these cards. But for now, you just have the single unfused copy. Now, there's a couple different ways you can go about deciding when to fuse these cards, because obviously, as you start getting them, you could potentially have both of them get to level 5, infuse them, and then use them. Or you could leave them unfused and have 2 of them in your deck. So how do you decide? What do you do? Well, the smartest thing you can do would be just to use the optimizer as you get those cards and figure out, you run it twice. Once with the bear, for example. This is the bear event I'm on right now. One example, you just use 1 copy of bear that's fused, and the other one you would put in 2 unfused copies, and you see one, does it even add that second copy into my deck or not? If it doesn't, right away you know you can fuse it. But if it does, then you have to look at the score of the deck, and I have videos about how to build your deck. I'll put them in the links in the description here. But basically, whichever one has a higher score is the one I would recommend using. Now, if for whatever reason you can't use the optimizer or you're having a hard time with it, another option is leave unfused the gold combo cards that can combo with themselves. So for example, bear, when you have 2 copies of it, they can actually combine together and they make Mama Bear. I think it's a 30-22 diamond combo. So that's pretty nice. Life, which is over there too, same thing. When you have 2 of those together, it gives you an extra life. So it's the jumping hero, right? Jumping hero, it's supposed to be Super Mario. So he always has the 1-ups. So extra life, life and life, jumping hero, makes sense. So those ones I would recommend potentially keeping unfused, because the problem you run into is as you get more and more of these gold combo cards, you might get hands where, let's say you got 3 copies of energy and 3 copies of time, and I don't think those 2 combo together. So, or you have 3 and 2 or something, and it wouldn't help you. Actually, time does combo with itself, so you'd be okay in that situation. But the point being, there's going to be times where if you have a lot of these gold combo cards and they're not, there's too many density of them, you'll actually backfire and hurt yourself. So leave unfused these cards that can combo with themselves. Bear, life, space, time, and wind, since they can combo with themselves. And then that would mean you'd want to fuse the other ones. So energy, food, science, villain, and monster. And did I get them all? Energy, food, science, villain, and monster. I don't have monster researched yet, so that's why it's not in my deck. But yeah, so that's kind of the poor man's solution if you don't know. Ideally, obviously, long term, you want all the cards in your deck to be fused, including your final form cards. But short term, you can get away with about 7 or so that are unfused once you're in Masters and above. When you're below Masters, it really doesn't matter as much. But when you want to get into Masters and above, the main focus, the main important thing for your deck is going to have consistency and being able to have your combo meter filled by the end of turn 2 so you can use your final form on turn 3. So as I'm starting this second round, not only am I getting additional copies of Bear and Energy and all those gold combo cards, I'm also getting additional copies of my final form cards. So Bear Magus here, Bear Magus, is a critical strike card, and I've already got my first one up to level 5, but I wanted to go to my event because I believe right now, yeah, I'm 1 win away from being able to get my second copy of this. So when you're going through your second round, it's a good idea to be ready and prepare to be able to fuse your final forms too. So I have been saving up my dust for a little bit. I don't know if I have enough. I didn't actually calculate. I probably don't, but I have a decent chunk of dust saved up to level up this Bear card. So let's see. Got a little bit of experience there, and now I finished tier 10, and I get the card. And they fixed the bug where you couldn't get the avatars, so now when you beat tier 10 of the events, you also get the avatar for that event. So now I have the Anna avatar. But let's go over here, and I'm going to sort this alphabetically and then search for Bear Magus. There he is. So I'm going to upgrade this card all the way to level 5. And I don't think I'm going to have enough dust. Oh, maybe I will. Yeah, I'll have enough dust. Okay, so we're good. I was thinking of a diamond card, the amount of dust that's needed. All right, so that's now level 5. So I've got the 2 copies of those now. And I prefer to use the deck one to fuse. That's why I didn't go to the fuse the other way. Sometimes there's issues when you fuse it the other way. I don't know why. So I'm going to click fuse the cards. And now I've got my first critical strike card on this account. And let's talk about that. So critical strike cards, what are they? Well, I don't want to battle. Sorry, I'm going to the wrong spot here. Card info. Let's go to Bear Magus here. Okay, so here's the Bear Magus card. Now, what you'll notice is when you have a critical strike card, it doubles your card's attack. So if I go back to my deck, you'll notice that the Bear Magus card has a 23 attack, 20 defense. So its attack gets doubled up to 46 when I use this card. But you can only use its ability when your combo meter is completely full. So when you have 5 orbs and you have this card in your hand, you can play this card and it will use its special ability. So this is something that is really going to be the big mover for you to get out of being stuck in Diamond area like I am and be able to get up to Masters. But there's 2 things that you need. One is the consistent deck, like I talked about, being able to get your combo meter full so that by on turn 3 you can use that ability. But the second thing is you're going to need 5 to 6 of those final form cards. So that's just one of mine. I do have, thankfully, one of the other ones that I'll be adding in here is Spaceship here. This is another critical strike card, and I believe that's also a 2320. So that'll be 2 of those that you have. Thor's Hammer is another one that you can use. I think that's from the Energy event, and I want to say that's a 21-21 Crushing Blow, so it just does a straight 21 damage to your opponent when you fuse it. Maybe Healthy Hero is that way too. And then you have some curse cards here, like Dr. Jekyll and Dr. Robo there. Not curse, I'm sorry, those are counterattacks. So those are useful once you have Tiebreaker, but I don't have that yet. So I kind of have to use what I've got. And then curse cards, I think, are Lich and Mummy here, are both curse cards, where it'll just negate your opponent's attacks. So that's kind of a stall item. I don't really like using those as much. Windmill of Doom is a protection card, and Little Android doesn't matter here. So protection cards aren't as important. I have that and I have Great Wall. They just double your defense, which, again, is just a stall card. It's good to use in these types of decks if you need an extra turn to pause for a minute, but ideally you want to be able to do damage and not worry about defense. So let's see if I can get lucky and get my combo meter filled here and use this to kind of show you how it works in a battle. So ideally, oh man, what a great starting hand to do this. So I'm going to keep this hand. I'm going to use these 2. It's a little bit less attack damage, but it gets my combo meter filled quicker. And then I'm going to just do this to get my combo meter filled up quicker again. So now my combo meter is full. You can see I've got all 5 orbs filled underneath my health bar here. And if I click on Bear Magus, well, I guess you get a little pop-up the first time. Fused Final Form cards use your combo orbs for powerful effects. So again, it will double my card's attack, but it is going to use all 5 of my orbs, so I won't have any orbs anymore. And then you can choose, sometimes you might want to use this, but you don't want to actually play the ability. You can deselect this, and it won't play the ability. But obviously I want to. It's my first time using it. So I'm going to click play, and you'll see his attack goes from 23 up to 46, and that did 37 damage to Anna. So it's very powerful, very effective, a quick way to be able to finish battles. So yeah, it's an exciting little upgrade for this account. Hopefully you'll start getting those too for your account. You get that card obviously before you get the gold combo card for the round, so it's a very nice and easy way to be able to see progress with your account in addition to seeing the strength of your combos improve. But you really don't get to see that as a free-to-play player until you start your second round of events. Now, I mentioned in my video I posted the other day that there's the new daily login bonus. Within that, if granted, they could change this, so take this with what you want. But within that card pack is a card called Barbarian, which when you're able to fuse that, you would have a 33 attack, 24 defense critical strike card. That is a good long-term critical strike card. Bear Magus, while it will help me in the short term here and help me level up and get to my next area of getting into Masters, long term it's not a very useful card because your health in Arena can increase until you get to about 55 health, and then if someone's using Master Healer as their ability, they actually start the game with 65 health. And so being able to use Bear Magus and do 46 health damage, potentially a maximum, is just not going to be enough to be able to kill those people with a lot of health. So it's great for the short term when your opponents only have about 30 health and you don't really have the best of cards. It'll get you to Masters, but it won't be able to get you much further than that. But I will tell you there's been quite a few times where I would have been able to beat an opponent in Arena if I had only had a Final Form card to play. Like my meter was full and the opponent was gonna probably kill me if I didn't kill them that next turn. Like this situation here where I've got only 15 health left, he's got 20 health left, I would have to play one of these things like this defensive combo, and I just would stall out and lose at the end. But now that I have this Bear Magus card, I can go like this and play it, and hopefully I'll survive with 2 health left. So that's a great example of one I would have lost previously, but now I won thanks to having that critical strike card. So you'll start to see your win ratio go up a little bit more. You'll have a little bit more consistency in your deck until you hit your next wall. Like I said, once you get to players who have a lot more health than you, then you'll need to have stronger cards, stronger Final Form cards. And now with this Cauldron that's coming up in this card pack, you'll have a lot greater chance of being able to have some of those diamond cards that are going to stay with you long term and help you long term. So pretty exciting stuff. I'm glad that they added this for the free-to-play players to be able to actually have a better chance of getting those diamond Final Form cards. Because currently it's either you have to save up your gems until you have about, at least 400, but closer to 700 if you want to buy out a full pack, which takes a long time, or you have to get lucky in heroics and spend your hard-earned skulls on these Final Form card packs and hope that you get 2 copies of the same card, which is not very likely. When it comes to heroics, I'm still playing it weekly. I'm getting 40 to 60, maybe 80 skulls a week, so it's a slow-going process. But I'm about halfway to my first Onyx card, so that's great. I don't know if I'll get my first Onyx card from here or from playing in the shop. I've gone back and forth on purchasing this starter pack, so I want to get your guys' advice on this. This account's supposed to be a free-to-play account, so if I spend money on it, it is no longer a free-to-play account. The counter argument to that is that I have missed a lot of days playing on this account because of traveling, and this can only be played on a computer. So if I have to actually physically bring my computer with me, my desktop with me when I travel. I'm in a hotel right now. I'll be here for the next 3 weeks, but if I didn't bring that would have been 3 weeks I didn't get to play. So I'd say I'd probably be about 100 gems more than I have right now if I was able to play every day. So I can understand that point, but at the same time, this is going to give me a gold combo card that a lot of free-to-play players would not have. So in the interest of wanting to keep this as a free-to-play account, should I keep it that way or should I spend the dollar on this? Let me know your guys' thoughts. Whoever has the most persuasive argument of keeping it free-to-play or buying this so I can catch up and be in the same spot as other viewers, you'll let me know. But with that being said, I think that's it on this little update here. Not much to show you. I will be working on another video that I don't know if I'll put it within the Beginner's Guide series, but it will be part of the Beginner's Guide series of looking at the best deck you can create with free-to-play cards after one cycle of the events, after 2 cycles of the events. So basically it'll show you which ones you should fuse, which ones you should keep unfused. And then after you have gone through it 6 times and you have 3 fused copies of all the event cards, just to see if that changes anything. I don't know if it will. In my mind, more than likely, you'll have more copies of those cards that combo with themselves in it, like Bear, Life, Space, Time, and Wind, and you'd have less copies of the ones that don't combo with themselves, like Energy, Villain, Science, Monster, and Food. But I could be wrong. I don't know. The optimizer will be the decider on that. But with that being said, I do wish you have a good rest of your day, and I'll talk to you again real soon.